'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Hello guys, I'm just making a little video about why I think why the Sonic movies basically work better than the Mario movie. Yeah, because I'd say Mario's a good film, but it's pretty overrated and not as good as what some people are saying. Like, the Mario movie has a lot of flaws, but at least it's not a terrible woke film for the most part anyway, because there's one character where I just be like, they're kind of too perfect where they're kind of like one of my least favorite parts of the movie, and they actually sideline a character I wanted to see a lot more of, but we'll get to that. But yeah, just the Sonic movies were better in every single way. Just the way how they took their time to develop a few characters instead of having like a bunch of characters straight away with just a bunch of references to their best games, like what Mario does in its film. Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion, just all those things that could have been literally a movie based on just one movie. They basically use all those ideas all in one go, and there's a chance I might not get to see all of them in the actual movie. So yeah, that's its biggest issue, where Sonic just lets you basically get a chance to feel the world, care about the character and what Sonic's going through, not really having anyone, and finding like a human friend, and just building up everything to the point where they start to bring in like the iconic characters like Tails, Knuckles. Because with the first movie, we just start things off with Sonic and Eggman. They don't go too far with the amount of characters they have on screen. They take the time to actually build up their characters and stuff. And Jim Carrey is just a great Eggman. Yeah, it kind of sucks we won't see him in Sonic 3 when that comes, but yeah. Just those two movies alone, like Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, great performances. It was just nice to see Jim Carrey again, one last time before he quits acting. And I just hope someday he'll come back, like he sees the world, that just makes him want to come back, but yeah, at least he gets to retire now. But yeah, just these two films alone is just probably some of the best stuff we've got from a video game movie, in my opinion. Yeah, and just seeing things like The Last of Us and Mario barely putting the effort to do something different and getting all the praise, it's just yeah. But I'm just happy that the Sonic movies did well, and we're gonna get a Sonic 3, so I can finally see my favourite Sonic character, Shadow the Hedgehog. I just hope they're doing really well though. I mean, they did Knuckles well, a bit too silly at times, but yeah, they did him well. They got the right actors and everything. Like Idris Elba as Knuckles was perfect, and I just wonder who they'd get for Shadow though. Like, I'm really interested to see who they actually get for Shadow. I know this is gonna be an odd choice, but maybe Christine Bale. I mean, for how complex Shadow is, I feel like Christine Bale would do actually a good job. And I just feel like he has the right voice, mainly because of American Psycho, right? I think he'd play a good Shadow, but I guess we'll see. Because Shadow has the most complex story in the franchise to me, so in the Sonic franchise, so I'm really intrigued to see how they do Shadow, especially since Sonic Adventure 2 is my favourite Sonic game, and I just hope they do that story justice, yeah. Since they actually did the Sonic and Knuckles story justice, so I definitely have hope for this movie, yeah. Compared to seeing like a Mario 2 or whatever else, yeah. So yeah, let's start talking about Mario. Because yeah, Mario, it let me down. I mean, I still to a degree enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as what it could have been. Because I was expecting a lot from this movie, and it just ended up letting me down in a lot of ways. Yeah, I could still watch it and get some enjoyment out of it, but it's no Puss in Boots, it's not Shrek, it's not Sonic. Like, it's too simple, because people like to say like this movie is just simple as a positive, but that's not a good thing. Like, you don't get no character development you don't get no character development really. Princess Peach is just perfect, and Luigi gets sidelined for Princess Peach, just making her like someone who can fend for herself straight away instead of building up her character. Just imagine if they had the Sonic writing where, you know, she just starts as the Princess Peach that we know, where she gets captured by Bowser and stuff, but then we eventually see her become a stronger character and actually be able to fend for herself. Like, that would be a really rewarding experience, but no, they just make her perfect straight away, like, you know, Rey Skywalker and all the other characters we've had that are woke. But I'd say she's not as bad as, you know, those characters, like, yeah, but it's just that kind of thing taken away, you know, Charlie's character Luigi, because he seems like he played a good Luigi, and then he's not really in the movie because of Princess Peach stealing his spotlight. Yeah, to me that was a big mistake. I feel like Princess Peach should have got, you know, taken and stuff instead, and then just eventually get to a point where they're building up her character so she can actually fight for herself. Like, just, I feel like that's how it should have been written. Then Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen, he did a terrible job. He didn't really feel like Donkey Kong. I feel like they should have got a better actor for Donkey Kong. Yeah. And to think that the best scene in this movie is basically the the flipping blue shell. Yeah. I mean, that was definitely the best scene. Just the way how they used it in the movie, which if you've watched it, then you know. And Bowser's good in the movie, so there's some of the good things. Chris Pratt's just okay. He's not brilliant, but he's just okay. But as the main character, he should be better than the villain, man. Yeah. But there is a lot of my favourite movies where the villain's the best part, but come on, you need to try a bit harder than that, Chris Pratt. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but I just feel like he should have put more into his performance, but he didn't really have much to work with because the script was not as good as, you know, the Sonic script. Like, that script in Sonic was just pretty good, man. It was pretty good. For the first and second one, just seeing the evolution of the characters, seeing Tails and Sonic's friendship build up until the point where, you know, when he's fighting Knuckles and then they end up being friends by the end, and just getting that awesome moment where they're all fighting together like it's Sonic Heroes. And then in this movie you've got a similar scene, but it's just not built that well because of, you know, Luigi not really being in the movie, Princess Peach just stealing all the spotlight. It literally gets to a point where she literally leaves Mario for dead. Probably thinks he died anyway, but still, she didn't even try to find him. Just stuff like that. Sonic would never do that. Tails would never do that. They'd make sure to see if they're friends, if they have a chance to still help their friend. They wouldn't just abandon them. But, you know, she's a princess and she has more, you know, other priorities. But when you watch the film, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on why I think, you know, Sonic is basically better than the Mario movie. And just them two alone, yeah. Because why Sonic worked and why Mario didn't. It's just, it could have been so much better, but yeah. It's not terrible, but I just don't know if I'd watch it again. I'd rather watch Wreck-It Ralph. To me, that's probably a better Mario movie, because you basically have a character who's basically Donkey Kong, and then there's like a Fix-It Felix character who's basically Mario, and they kind of switch it around where Donkey Kong's basically the main character, and then Fix-It Felix is basically Mario, and just seeing them get to a point where they actually work together to defeat the main villain, and there's literally basically a Mario Kart part in that movie too, but done better. Yeah, it's just, they kind of wasted a lot of ideas they used in this movie, and I mean, we're definitely getting a sequel, so yeah, if we get a sequel, they need to put way more effort in. But if people are just gonna, you know, praise this movie to death, and they might just end up just doing the same thing, not really putting much of an effort into the sequel. Yeah. And I don't know, man. It just could have been so much better. But yeah. Just get anything here, guys. Tell me what you thought down below. Appreciate if you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.